Australia and its people. Some of the incidents that have shaped our story are discussed in this section. There is information about our states, territories, and customs and icons that are proud to recognize as truly Australian. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. The Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, who have the longest continuously existing cultures and traditions in the world, were Australia's first settlers. Historically, Aboriginal people are from mainland Australia and Tasmania. The archaeological record indicates that Aboriginal peoples arrived in Australia between 65,000 and 40,000 years ago. However, the Aboriginal peoples believes they are central to the creation stories of this land, and their creation stories commence with the beginning of the time. Torres Strait Islander people are from islands between the northern tip of Queensland and Papua New Guinea. Their dancing, art, and legends all reflect a strong bond they have with the island. Indigenous cultures are many and have a significant role in the identity of Australia. Early days of European settlement. European settlement started when the first 11 convict ships, which became known as the First Fleet, arrived from Great Britain on 26 January 1788. At this time, British laws were harsh and the jails could not hold a large number of people imprisoned for their crimes. To manage this problem, the British government decided to transport convicts to the other side of the world, to the new colony of New South Wales. Captain Arthur Phillip served as the colony of New South Wales' first governor. The community thrived and expanded as additional prisoners and free residents arrived. Other regions of Australia saw the establishment of more colonies. The earliest free inhabitants were from Ireland and Great Britain. The recent history, culture, and politics of Australia have been significantly influenced by this British and Irish ancestry. When gold was found in the colonies of New South Wales and Victoria in 1851, a gold rush was underway. To try to build their fortunes, people from all over the world flocked to these colonies. The first major group of immigrants who were not from Europe arrived at this time and were Chinese. Australia's population more than doubled in just 10 years. The nation of Australia. In 1901, the separate colonies were united into federation states called the Commonwealth of Australia. It was at this time that our national democratic institution, including our national parliament, government and high court, were established under a new Australian constitution. In 1901, Australia's population was about 4 million. This number did not include Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, as it was not until after a referendum in 1967 that they were included in official estimates of Australian population. Throughout the past 200 years, Australia's population has become more diverse. English is the official language of Australia. Our national identity includes it. Migrants should learn and use English to enable them engage in Australian society in a way that is consistent with Australian values. More than 100 different Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander languages are valued in additional. Let's talk about Australia's state and territories. Australia's federation system of states and territory is known as Commonwealth. There are 2 mainland territories and 6 states. Each state and mainland territory is Australia has its one capital, which is Canberra. New South Wales, Sydney, Victoria, Melbourne, Queensland, Brisbane, Western Australia, Perth, South Australia, Adelaide, Tasmania, Hobart. And capital territory and capital city. Australian Capital Territory, ACT, Canberra, Northern Territory, Darwin. Let's talk about the states. New South Wales. New South Wales was the first colony established by the British. Sydney is the capital city of New South Wales and is the nation's largest city. The Sydney Harbour Bridge and Opera House are national icons. Second, Victoria. Victoria is the smallest of the mainland state. Victoria's capital is Melbourne. Many fine buildings in Victoria were built from wealth created by the gold rush of 1850s. Victoria's icons include the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the Tubel opposite, and the Royal Exhibition Building. Queensland. Queensland is the second largest state. Queensland capital city is Brisbane. The Torres Strait Islander lie to the north of the state, and the world-famous Great Barrier Reef runs along its eastern coast. Queensland has tropical rainforests, temperate coastal areas, and an often dry island. Next, Western Australia. Western Australia is the largest state. Perth is the capital city of Western Australia. The east of the state is mostly desert, while southwest is a rich agriculture and wine growing area. The state is home to many large mining projects. Western Australia's icons include the Inkaloo Coast, Margaret River, and the Kimberley region. South Australia. South Australia has a rock coastline and many famous wine regions. Adelaide, the capital city, has many examples of fine colonial architecture. South Australia's icons include the Barossa Valley and the Flinders Ranges. Tasmania. It is the smallest state, separated from the mainland by Bass Strait. Tasmania capital city is Hobart. Most of the island has unspoiled wilderness landscape. Tasmania icons include Cradle Mountain, Port Arthur, and the Bay of Fires. And the territories. There are two territories: Australian Capital Territories and Northern Territories. Okay, the Australian Capital Territory is located between Sydney and Melbourne. It is the home of the nation's capital city, Canberra. Several national institutions are located in Canberra, including Parliament House and the High Court of Australia. The Northern Territory has a tropical environment in the north of the state and dry red desert in the south. Darwin is the capital city. Northern Territory icons include Uluru, Juta, and Kings Canyon. Australia's flag. The official flag of our Australia is Australian national flag. The Australian Aboriginal flag and the Torres Strait Islander flag are two additional flags that are recognized by government and are permitted to be flown in the community. The Australian national flag, which is blue, white, and red. The Union Jack, which is the flag of United Kingdom, is in the top left corner. It represents our history of British settlement, and the law and institution were inherited as a result. The Commonwealth Star is under the Union Jack. This star has 7 points, each point representing one of the 6 states and 1 point for territories. The Southern Cross on the right is a group of stars that can be seen in the southern sky. The Australian Aboriginal flag. The Australian Aboriginal flag is black, red, and yellow. The top half is black and represents the Aboriginal peoples of Australia. The bottom half is red and represents the earth, which has ceremonial significances. The yellow circle represents the sun. Next, the Torres Strait Islander flag. The Torres Strait Islander flag is green, blue, black, and white. The green strips represent the land. The blue panel in the center represents the sea. The black line represents the Torres Strait Islander people. The white dancer headdress in the center is a symbol for all Torres Strait Islanders. The point of the white star represents the island group in the Torres Strait, and the color white symbolizes peace. Australia's symbol, Commonwealth coat of arms. The Commonwealth coat of arms is the official symbol of Commonwealth of Australia. It is represent our national unity. It identifies the authority and property of the Australians. The seal in the center represents the six states and federation. A kangaroo and an emu supports the seal on each side. Both are native Australian animals. A gold Commonwealth star sits above the seal. The background is the golden wattle, Australia's national flower. Australia's national flower. Australia's national flower is the golden wattle. This small tree grows mainly in southeastern Australia. It has green leaves and many golden yellow flowers in spring. Each of the states and territories of Australia has its own floral emblem. National color. Australia's national color are green and gold, the color of the golden wattle. The uniforms of our national sport teams are usually green and gold. Australia's national gemstone. The opal is Australia's national gemstone. According to Aboriginal legend, a rainbow touched the earth and created the color of the opal. Australia's national anthem. Advance Australia Fair is Australia's national anthem. It is sung on occasion of national importance, including at Australian citizenship ceremony and major sport events. Advance Australia Fair. Thank you.